Hi, it's Jason, and this is my jar of honey. You know the honey trick, right? The trick with honey that makes any girl beg you to sleep with her? I exposed it 1 year ago to my students, and now we gladly put on a few drops of this unusual honey, and bang! Hot girls shove themselves on top of our I first tried it on this pro hockey player's girlfriend who had been playing hard to get. She left him and became my girlfriend in less than a week. After I got bored with her, I tried it on a famous pop star in Hollywood. It took 10 minutes till she shoved me in the ladies' room so she could feel a man in her mouth. One of my friends found his old high school crush on Facebook and then used the honey trick over the internet to make her his girlfriend. I met her at his 30th birthday last week. They couldn't keep hands off each other. Check out what Steve Jordan from New York recently said. Hey man, I swear and live by the honey trick now. I got 4 girls last week. One of them was prom queen and another teaches yoga. Long live the honey trick. Here's what Tony Sayers of London said about it. I saw your video about the honey trick and figured it was bullshit. I was right. It didn't make one girl want to bang me like you said it would. It made 2. I used your stupid little honey move after work last week and had my first threesome ever with this Swedish surgeon and her Asian friend. Hell yeah, I'm frustrated right now. I can't believe I spent the first 44 years of my life not knowing this. And one more from Lucas Lee in Australia. I saw this really hot girl in a bright red sports bra at the gym tonight. I normally wouldn't know what to say, but decided to try what you told me in your honey video. Well, it worked just like you said. She couldn't stop looking at me, and she already agreed for a first date this weekend at my house. Now listen, I'll show you what I showed them, but I'm not just talking about getting a number or a little peck on the lips. This honey trick is only for you if A, you want to take a load off with the hottest women of your choice whenever you want, or B, you want to use it to make a woman fall in love with you and maybe watch her erupt like a blossoming volcano during sex. Okay. If you don't know the honey trick, you're in for a surprise. You watch this short presentation with me until the end, and I'll reveal it to you along with $3 million tips that you can use tonight to easily make any woman desperate to be with you. That's right, big guy. These 3 tips make her sexual attraction to you something she can't control because they bypass her logical brain and they trigger uncontrollable primal attraction deep in her subconscious. Now, what's that mean for you? Your words innocently let themselves into the deepest parts of her mind and implant any thoughts you might want her to have. This shit is so Jedi, no one would even know if you were making her sexually addicted to you. In this presentation, all the crap lies that TV and friends have told you about dating and banging the hottest girls will be sent to the gallows by yours truly. And like I told my other 120,000 students in 40 countries who earned the right to learn this, I make one guarantee. You follow the instructions, you're gonna hear from me now, and hot chicks will wanna f you. They'll call you at 2 in the morning, hungry for manhood, and beg you to feed them. Even the smartest women won't have a clue what's making them do it, because what I'm teaching you now isn't just stealth, it's invisible. Only her vagina sees it, which is why it doesn't matter what you look like. You could be fat and ugly, or you could look like Brad Pitt. You could be as poor as church mice, or you could have Jay-Z money. Your ride could be a bike, it could be a Bentley. This invisible subconscious attraction method overrides all of that. Easy. You might just get laid like Brad Pitt with Jay-Z's money when I'm through with you today. I even know this one rebel with a 4-incher and nasty crooked teeth who swears these tips are the reason he now gets laid every night of the week. Now just know, I'm fair. So for the other 120,000 guys who have already crowded my pockets with cash to learn the techniques that you're about to, I'm keeping this specific presentation hidden from the public. I don't know if you found me through TV or through one of my friends. Either way, it won't be online for long as it's already been banned in 3 countries and 3 more right now are doing everything they can to protect their more vulnerable women. If they succeed, you may never hear a word of this again. So if you've got a woman on your mind who you want right now, or you want to sleep with dozens of new women using a rejection-proof plan, or maybe get your ex to fall back in love with you for good, then pay close attention to what I'm about to say and watch this now to the surprise end, as my personal time currently starts at $1,000 an hour. Now, 5 years ago, I was so blind when it came to women, I barely knew what a blowjob was. I was way worse than the average guy. You should have seen how these girls shut me down. I used to get stuck watching porn alone every single night, doing the deed dry. No lotion, just tears of loneliness for lube. But now, I have a rule. It's called I'm awesome and I only bang tens. Hollywood actors come to me for help getting laid today. I've dedicated almost 5 years to this subject since my ice cold start. So if you're ready to become a badass with women overnight, this video is going to be your new favorite too. Just remember, you won't look at women the same after you see this, because you're finally going to understand what goes on in their brain. Now that's your fair warning. Let us begin. Question 1. How did I go from the dude women love to hate to the dude women love to bang? Did I get a great job and flash some money? Did I bulk up on steroids? Did I paint on eyeliner and become a pickup artist? Or did I just decide to start handing out free cocaine? No, and kind of more on the drug part in a second. You see, I was an athlete in college, a player on the basketball team, and I get it. I know what you might be thinking. He's in good shape. He's on the team. Girls must have been ignoring nice guys and lining up to sleep with me. But nah, they weren't. Since you're smart enough to trust me, I'll trust you too. I was a virgin till I was 20 years old. Basketball was my life, and you could find me shooting hoops alone till 2 or 3 in the morning any night of the week. I'd purposely kept girls out of my life and now had no clue how to talk to them. I used to be so shy around girls that this long-legged blonde girl on the volleyball team, Sarah, told all her friends she wanted to sleep with me on Friday night. I know this because they told me, "Hey Jason, Sarah wants to sleep with you on this Friday night." But instead, I wussed out, ignored her advances, and ended up jerking off to the idea of her instead that same Friday night. The idea that athletes can bang girls whenever they want is bullshit, and it proves that what you look like and what you do has no effect on how many girls are going to sleep with you this month. Fact is, my method now trumps all of that like its first name was Donald. Here's how I learned this for certain. I had high hopes for me and my when I transferred to a new college in Michigan at 20. It was a fresh start at a party school. I was going to get laid here at least by accident like a couple times, right? Maybe my name could become legendary. Freshmen might whisper it between classes, swapping rumor after rumor about this girl getting a legend. But no, that didn't happen. I kissed one girl that whole year, stopped talking with 2 of my roommates, and like a blew the best chance I had at finally losing my virginity. Here's what happened. I was at a friend's party on a Friday night, and this hot girl, Tracy, was there with her friends. I remember she kept staring at me like I finger banged her cat. If anyone else stared at you for that long, it'd be creepy, but she had double D, so she got the free pass. I was still 20 at the time, still a virgin, and this was the first time that this had ever happened to me. I tried to play it off, but back then, a hot girl looking at me like that made me sweat. She finally stopped undressing me with her eyes and came over giggling. A virgin I may have been, but I knew what that look meant. I'm in. Just play it cool, Jason. Play it cool. Thank God for me, she did most of the talking, and then she asked me, "Have you seen my new apartment? It's right nearby." How f***ing awesome. Bye-bye virginity. Hello legendary sex god status. So we walk into her apartment, and she leads me straight into her bedroom. She takes her jacket off and gives me those eyes. You know what I'm talking about. F*** me eyes. So what did I do? Did I bend her over? Did I pound her into submission, make her scream my gorgeous name until the neighbors got mad? Yes, and who am I really kidding? None of that happened. Instead, I started talking about basketball like a dweeb. I was far too nervous, couldn't go through with it, and that was all that came out. Only I knew then what I teach my Hollywood guys now. At one point, I think I even asked her if she could check some stats on NBA.com for me. I could see her face getting all confused, like, what is happening? What's going on here? But I just couldn't stop myself. I just kept talking and talking. I was nervous. I was anxious. I was frozen with disbelief. All I had to do was slide my key in the lock, but I couldn't do it. It was so bad, my didn't even talk to me for the next week, and I've known that guy forever. You know how they say if you look at all the great men of history, we find a period before their success where they truly hit rock bottom? Well, this was almost that for me. But it got worse later that night. As I tried to tiptoe into my apartment, all my buddies were still up, waiting. Yo, dude, how'd it go? Tracy's crazy hot. Please tell me you unloaded all over her girl next door face, bro. So I ask you now, man to man, confidant to confidant, what do you think I did? I dove straight for rock bottom and I lied through my teeth. Dude, you should have heard. I didn't just lie. I went bold with my imaginary night of glory. I may have even used the word anal penetrato at one high point. They never found out that I lied, but it ate at me inside. I thought about it all the time, and thank God I did, because if I hadn't, I would have never found Dog. Dog was this dude on campus. They called him that because he had a face like a bulldog, and he's kind of stocky like one too. I remember asking this cute girl from class, Jessica, at the bar one night, him? All the girls sleep with him? She answered, I know, right? He's an asshole and he's ugly. I would never sleep with him. I never forgot her response because I watched her leave the bar with him not 15 minutes later. It wasn't even midnight and he'd pulled her home to bang. 15 minutes ago, he was an ugly asshole. Now he's honey and she's a starving bumblebee. What the f***? I literally thought about this for the rest of the night, pounding shots of tequila and having a couple boring conversations with girls I didn't even like. I was about to head home alone at 2 when I heard a ruff. I'm just kidding. I didn't hear any barking, but what I saw would change my life forever. For real. If I hadn't seen it, you wouldn't be getting this today. It was Dog, back at the bar with another girl. Her tongue was doing calisthenics in his mouth and he was just laying back, chilling, until he saw me. He was looking me dead in the eyes. It felt like he was reading my soul, like he knew what I was thinking. He nudged her out of his mouth and he walked my way. Yo, man, you saw me leave with Jessica before? Yeah, dude, I said. What happened? Oh, her? I f***ed her. Dude, that's awesome. What about the girl you were just making out with? Oh, her? I don't know. I just met her. Forget her for a second. You have something you want to ask me? The dude had been reading my mind. I set aside my giant ego for a second and just came out with it. Dude, Dog, how do you do it? Every girl wants to f*** you. How do you do it? He gave me a little Clint Eastwood grin and said, let's go for a walk. You pay my bar tab and then I'm going to hand you the keys to the Vagina Kingdom. And so began the greatest walk of my life. Dog, like the great man he was, explained in graphic detail exactly what I needed to do to get 8s, 9s, and 10s chasing after me. He showed me there was a simple way any guy could invisibly slip past a woman's conservative mechanism and easily trigger uncontrollable sexual attraction directly inside her subconscious. The results of his unconventional mentoring speak for themselves. These days, attracting, seducing, and banging super hot chicks comes naturally to me. I barely have to put in any effort. Seriously, this shit just happens. And now I'm going to show you how to make it happen for you too. But before you think this technique works just for young guys with access to easy college girls, think again. These sexual responses have been hard-coded in every female brain since the primal era. All you have to do is trigger them. Translation? They work no matter her age or yours. Dog told me as long as you obeyed certain criteria, you could get any woman you wanted at any time, no matter your looks, your age, your experience, or personality. And I not only turned my life with women around, I crushed it. Put it this way. When I wake up in the morning, my does a little dance, it twirls, and then it thanks me for learning these secret techniques. And since I know you're a man, a guy who takes action, I'd like to show you how I did it. You might want to get a pen and paper ready for this part, especially since 3 foreign countries are working to ban this video right now. Plus, tip number 3, the freak factor story, is nuts. It involves an innocent CPA, multiple angles of penetration, and one little sentence that unleashes even the most conservative girl's inner slut. But first, we need to start you off with number 1, the killer of all female attraction. Do you know why certain guys come off as creepy, or why girls will say he's coming on too strong? Has it ever happened to you? If it has, I'm sorry. Her feeling this way had nothing to do with you, but still, it sucks, and I've been there. But think, why did she feel that way? What did you do wrong? What if you knew how to never give off the coming on too strong or creepy vibe again? How many more cool, hot girls would you have in your life right now? Here's what Dog told me. The first thing to know about girls is they must feel safe and comfortable around you. If they don't feel safe or comfortable, not only will it kill all chances of attraction, but they'll also call you creepy and then tell their friends. Here's the secret to never giving off that vibe again, and this will really click when we get to tip 2. You must act non-needy. Like you don't really need her and might not even want her. Listen, women are smart and intuitive. They hate it when they can sense a man wants their approval, their interest, or their validation so easily. And beware, because if her spidey sense picks up that you're somehow trying to make her like you, her central attraction mechanism instantly shuts off. You ever wonder how a girl you were sure was into you could just leave and disappear out of nowhere? It's because of this. Tell me, have you ever had a salesman try to pressure you into buying something? You felt uncomfortable then because you could feel he needed something from you. He needed you to buy it, and that told you he was A, desperate, and B, had no other options. Females feel the same way around needy guys, except they refer to it as my one friend Melody does. Creepy jeepy. I want to make sure that you are never that guy, so all you got to do for now is just act non-needy. Play it cool, lay back, and do this. The next time you meet a girl, don't ask her any questions for the first 3 minutes. Only make statements. Too many personal questions too early on communicate need, and we can't have that for someone as awesome as you. Instead, just lean back, relax, and temporarily use statements because statements make her chase. Instead of asking if she's from the city, say, "You're from the city, aren't you?" Watch how it triggers all kinds of interest in her. She'll ask, "How did you know that? Why did you think that of me?" And all of a sudden now, she's chasing you. Don't get it twisted, big guy. That innocent little switch in language makes all the difference to the female mind. And since I always over-deliver on my promises to guys who go for it and take action, you know what works even better than acting like you don't need them? Telling them they can't have you. You do this playfully, of course. Say, "You're too sweet of a girl to be single. Let's find you a nice new boyfriend tonight." This is called deep psychology flirting, and the guys snatching all your girls have been keeping it from you for years now. Not anymore. Feeling good? Good, because that's just the beginning of what I've got in store for you today, champ. Here's tip number 2 of 3. Hurricane vagina. Protect yourself. There's a wet storm coming. Imagine a soaking wet, thunderous hurricane swallowing up an entire city, tall buildings and all. Do you think there was anything that could have stopped that hurricane? Or was it just on a mission to take that whole city in and there was nothing anyone could do about it? I want to show you how to make hot, awesome girls feel that same way about you, like they have to have you and there's nothing anyone or anything can do about it. Now, before I tell you this eye-opener, I'm warning you once. This upcoming information can be used to turn otherwise normal women into obsessive, addictive stalkers. It can be used to make them renounce their family, their friends, leave their jobs, and dedicate their entire lives to one cause, your champion penis. So listen, champ. You promise me you'll only use this for good, and I'll be sure to include the extra emotional climate part I normally keep to myself. Okay? Let's do it then. This was the first question Dog asked me, and it's the most important question your will ever ask you too. How do you think women decide who they're going to sleep with? I bet you've never thought about it so up close and personal, but we're in this together, me and you, so I ask again. How do you think women decide who they're going to sleep with? Is it money? No. Is it friendship? No. What about good looks? Guys with muscles and sharp jawlines? No. I have 2 good friends who model right now for Abercrombie & Fitch, and their cold streak is pitiful. You'd probably laugh if I told you. Listen close. Women decide who they're going to sleep with based on one thing. How they feel. Forget her conservative brain called the frontal lobe. It stands no chance against what her emotional brain tells her to do. It's her emotional brain that decides whose penis she's going to shove inside of her tonight. And since I seem to have taken a liking to you, I'm going to tell you how to quietly and innocently take control of that emotional brain and trigger sexual attraction inside her deepest parts so no one, not even her, knows you're doing it. Plus, when you do it my way, she'll actually thank you as you 2 lie in bed together after. She may even say she's willing to go either way with you. Friends with benefits, serious girlfriend, whatever you want. See, her primal emotional brain was hard-coded by evolution hundreds of thousands of years ago, and that amount of time has given it untold power. It secretly has the final say in everything. I recently read an article in the New York Times on Dr. Paul Ekman, researcher at the University of California, Berkeley, and author of the best-selling book, Emotions Revealed. When it comes to the female mind, I think he said it best in just 2 words. Emotions override. Her emotional brain doesn't know what $1 million looks like. It doesn't know who Brad Pitt is. It doesn't give a about Magic Mike. It just knows what it's feeling in the moment. She takes one look at her inward emotional climate and she asks herself, do I like this guy or not? Am I attracted to this guy or not? Do I want to sleep with this guy or not? I'll show you how to make her say, oh, hell yes, to all three of those questions in a minute. But first, we got to discuss the most amazing sexual encounter Dog has ever had. Enter tip number 3, the freak factor story. You've been waiting for this one, yes? Well, let's take more action and begin. When Dog first discovered he could trigger hurricane vagina whenever he wanted by silently slipping into her emotional brain, he went a little crazy. He said it was like I could take a girl from prison to paradise in just a couple minutes. He'd go out one night, have sex. He'd go out the next night, find the new hot girl, have sex again. Then when that got boring, he'd find the coolest and most attractive girl he could find and using the exact same method, make her his girlfriend. He once used it on some poor guy's wife, or MILF as he called her, and she almost jumped him in the grocery store parking lot. I don't really condone that sort of thing, and neither does he, but he said he had to see just how far it could go. Yet once he got really good with it, he started seeing things out of women he didn't know existed. He said, when I would talk with them this way, they would act totally different during sex. Porn star blowjobs, endless monologues about how much they loved telling me they thought about sex all day long. I had no idea they were so horny and sexual until I experienced the freak factor firsthand. Oh yeah, the freak factor story. Here's what happened. One night, Dog went out with some friends and saw the hottest girl of his life. She was a nerd, a hot nerd. He described her as a CPA with glasses who became a swimsuit model at night. With my freak factor sentence, he quickly stole her away from her friends, took her home, and then tested the limits of the primal emotional brain. What came out of her that night was so sexually intense, he still talks about it to this day. She screamed and yelled, she bit and begged and bent over, she even broke her glasses. She did things porn stars wouldn't do for a trunk full of cocaine. As she put her bra on after, she told him something that solidified his beliefs in these methods for good. She said, I've never felt this way with any man before in my life. Something about the way you talked to me, it just brought out this inner slut in me. I feel so turned on and comfortable around you at the same time. We call this the freak factor. See, when you start speaking to a girl's emotional brain, instead of her conservative one, her inner slut will often come out to play. The primal part of her takes control and she becomes the sexiest, most uninhibited little freak your has ever entered. Winner, winner, dinner. Listen, champ, when you understand how to influence her emotional brain and her freak factor takes over, it'll probably be the coolest experience of your life. I tend to keep it to myself at this point, but when you first tell your friends about what your girl's been doing in the bedroom, their jaws are going to hit the floor. They'll envy you, but they'll respect you at the same time. And in case you're watching this right now thinking to yourself, well, what is the freak factor sentence? I'm going to share it with you now, but only because I love you. Here it is. After you get the first kiss with her, you'll do just 2 things. 1, you'll pull back first from the kiss. My students do this every time now because the person who pulls back first leaves the other subconsciously wanting more. Then, 2, you're going to whisper the freak factor sentence in her ear softly. Just slowly lean in and whisper, you have no idea what I'm thinking about doing to you right now. Then calmly lean back, look off into the distance, and watch her inner slut come out to play. Just a heads up. Within minutes, she may jump your bones like a guard dog. Don't say I didn't warn you, bud. Now, the freak factor sentence is nowhere near the only sexual trigger. It's actually the first one I teach all my best students. I'll show you how you can get the rest at the end of this video. But you know what else I quickly realized after testing out these ideas and experiencing a crazy, amazing sex life for the first time? Women love sex. A lot. Even more than you or me. Hollywood had me brainwashed when I was younger to think men need it more than women, but that's just not true. And if my wasn't so busy being chased by horny girls, he'd probably back me up here. When you follow what I say, she begins to chase your penis like a bacon addict, craving her next filling of pork. 24 hours a day, round the clock, she can't forget well, you simply have to know what to say and do. And I'm going to tell you how right now. My name is Jason Capital. You might have found me through a friend, seen me on TV or Playboy.com, or maybe heard me interviewed on Podcast One Radio. Either way, I'm the creator of the brand new breakthrough program, Make Women Want You. It's my pride and joy, my life's work, and the ultimate guide to meeting, attracting, and seducing hot women. If you ever wanted a proven, tested, surefire process for making any woman you know want to bang, this is it. First, here's what my Make Women Want You method is not. It's not about manning up and just telling her how you feel, like that nonsense ever works. It's not about having to change yourself to become the kind of guy she says she wants, because she actually has no idea what she wants. It's not about lying or deceiving or any pickup artist shenanigans. It's not about being aloof or pretending like you don't actually want her. It's certainly not about being a nice guy, because that shit never works. And it's definitely not about sending her any gifts or presents like chocolates or flowers or really anything traditionally romantic. That stuff does not work for sex, as I'll show you why in a second. So that's no cheesy pickup lines, no peacocking or silly magic tricks, no alpha male posturing. If you're 80 pounds overweight, it's not a problem for making her desperate to bang you. Maybe you've got gray hair and bald spots. Who cares? If you're shy and introverted like I was, you'll be able to put all that behind you once you get started. It's awesome. There's nothing simpler, faster, or more effective at making hot, awesome, sexy women want you than the world-renowned Make Women Want You system. Now, some of the things that we've covered so far are controversial. My methods have been banned in 3 countries already, but just like women are taught how to put on makeup and prop their tits up to turn men on, guys need to know their side of the info too, and that's why I refuse to slow my mission down at all. So now, you know a woman must feel safe and comfortable first, and you make her feel that way by acting not needy. You were warned about hurricane vagina, how it's waiting to be unleashed on you, and you learned the ultimate way to trigger it. You heard Dog's Freak Factor discovery of this. You learned the infamous Freak Factor sentence that forces her inner slut to open up and crave sex. And you found out women don't sleep with guys because of money, muscle, or movie star looks, but because of what their emotional brain is telling them. Because when you innocently learn how to influence her emotional brain, like even my mediocre students have, your sex life explodes and you quickly discover the truth. Women love sex. Most actually obsess about it when you talk to them this way. But really what I've shared with you so far is only the beginning, only the start of something much, much bigger. We're talking the difference between a tiny little firecracker and a hydrogen bomb. So I've already given you a glimpse of a few of the tricks up my sleeve, which brings me to the honey trick, the Mac Daddy of my whole system. I don't have time to explain it all, but let me give you a little preview. So why is this involuntarily attracted to this? It's a simple scientific formula seen every day by evolutionary psychologists. Stripped down to their DNA, bees are hard-coded to be attracted to the sight and scent of honey. And what if that same exact scientific formula that causes the involuntary attraction of a bee to honey can be applied to make every woman you know uncontrollably attracted to you too? The honey naturally triggers involuntary hormonal and chemical changes inside the bees because all bees naturally need it. They crave it. They have to have it. The female attraction center is no different. That same uncontrollable primal craving is already pre-installed into her DNA, and my method is simply your trigger. I mean, we know porn's fake, but do you really think it's that fake? She already wants to have wild sex, and lots of it. You just have to know how to make her want to have that wild sex with you. And we can do that. Easy peasy. How? Well, that's why I designed the world-renowned Make Women Want You system. I've now watched students in 40 countries get the girl of their dreams with it, and if you're a good dude with a big heart, I'm going to make you my next satisfied student too. Please understand, what I'm about to share with you is based upon 2 things: evolutionary psychology and real-world experience. There's not one iota of conjecture or opinion. It's based upon the experience of not only myself and Dog, but validated by my 120,000 students worldwide and the million-plus girls we tested it on. Not surprisingly, these principles have been studied recently and confirmed at Yale, Duke, and Harvard University also. You're about to learn 100% no way you can fail methods guaranteed to not only get women sexually interested, but to get them chasing you. Lauren Mitchelson from Illinois says, "I'm amazed at how simple it is once you know it. It's like you've unlocked the door to a woman's mind. It's almost like you're psychic. You'll learn how to easily and naturally structure your conversations with women for maximum sexual attraction. Each word and phrase that comes out of your mouth will amplify, intensify, and magnify her deep, primal desire for you. What looks like innocent small talk to others will silently trigger her emotional brain like a shotgun, causing her to think, I need his now. Jarrett Solo from Toronto says, this works right out of the box, but what's even better is I can tailor it to my own personality, the woman I'm talking to, and the situation. It's not some complicated, difficult to remember process. It's just 3 simple steps. 3 steps you can use to install sexual attraction in any woman you want in any environment. At college, at the club, at the mall, at a business party, it doesn't matter. Hell, I know this one older guy who uses it to get all his women from the couch while playing Xbox Live after work. If you can A, follow what I say, and B, talk to a woman you will see get laid constantly. It's not some rehashed, recycled version of something you've heard of before. I'm revealing it right now for the first time publicly because I wrote this book specifically for guys who used to be like me. Shy or introverted or awkward around women, men who couldn't figure out for the life of them what they were doing wrong or why women weren't attracted to them. So if that's you, you're in luck. If you already know how to make every girl want to bang you, good for you. You could probably stay and learn some things, but it doesn't sound like you really need it all that bad, so you can close this video now and not continue watching. I'm not here to preach to the choir. I'm here to help those who need it the most. So if you've never had 10s chasing you and want to know what it's like, if you feel like you're too weak, too skinny, unattractive, or just really ugly, if you think you're too old or too overweight or too bald, if you're too shy and introverted, have no social skills whatsoever, or if you're intimidated by women in general, if you're tired of being publicly embarrassed, getting shot down trying to get women interested in you, if you want women to chase you rather than you having to chase them and always coming up short, and if you're ready to take control of your sex life, your manhood, and you want to do it today, not slowly over time, then you're ready for me to share with you the holy grail of sex and attraction, the Make Women Want You system. I got this note about the system recently from one of my students, Joe Kasparov of Detroit. At 25, I got my first real girlfriend. She's so hot, man. Enough said. Thanks. Here's another one, an email from Simon Anderson of Denmark. With what I've learned from you, I think my unattractive looks actually give me an advantage. I fly under the radar. Who would have thought it? Now, if you're nervous or hesitant around women, if you're not as confident as you would like to be, man, I really want you to have this because my methods make you naturally more confident around women starting right after the first time you use them. And you can start putting things into action as soon as you read the first few pages.